Thank you, Martin. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to talk about the impact of deep learning reconstruction on myocardial delayed enhancement imaging. These are my disclosures. I'm going to receive a speaker honorarium from GRK for giving this talk. You know that machine learning in general and deep learning in particular is making a dramatic impact on the world of cardiovascular magnetic resonance imaging in many ways, from image acquisition to image analysis and patient prognosis. In this talk, I'm going to focus on how deep learning is affecting the imaging quality and the imaging efficacy, reducing the scan time and improving diagnostic accuracy. In particular, I'm going to show you the preliminary results of a study that we have been conducting in Milan, Italy, at Centro Cardiologico Monzino, on the impact of A recon-DL on late gadolinium enhancement images. We have enrolled so far 20 patients, and we have acquired magnitude and phase-sensitive sequences using A recon-DL with 50% and 75% noise reduction. AR recon-DL is a feed-forward deep convolutional neural network trained from a database of over 10,000 images, and it is important to remark that it is not a post-processing of MR images, but instead it operates on MR-ROM input data, and this translates in a reduction of scan time acquisition, producing images with high resolution, high signal-to-noise ratio, and improved edge sharpness of the image. We evaluated the images both qualitatively and quantitatively, qualitatively using a standard leader scale, and quantitatively evaluating the signal-to-noise ratio of scar, myocardium, and blood, and contrast-to-noise ratio of scar to myocardium. These are the baseline characteristics of the population: 20 patients with an average age of 54 years old, with a mixed indication for performing cardiovascular magnetic resonance. We found late gadolinium enhancement in just 7 out of 20 patients. These are the results of the qualitative assessment of the images. AR recon-DL has a higher overall image quality compared to standard magnitude images, especially when a 75% noise reduction is applied. Moving to the quantitative assessment of the image quality, AR recon-DL increases signal-to-noise ratio significantly, both for the scar and the myocardium, when deep learning reconstruction with 50% noise reduction is applied. And specifically for the myocardium, when a 75% noise reduction is applied, there is even a further improvement of the signal-to-noise ratio. Contrast-to-noise ratio improves as well. AR recon-DL increases the contrast-to-noise ratio of scar to myocardium significantly, already with a 50% noise reduction level, but there is a further improvement when a 75% noise reduction is applied. This is an example, a patient with a previous myocardial infarction of the anterior wall and of the anterior interventricular septum. On your left-hand side, there is a standard magnitude image. In the middle of the panel, deep learning reconstructed the image with a 50% noise reduction. On your right-hand side, an image with a deep learning reconstruction with 75% noise reduction. And it is clear that going from the left to the right of the panel, there is a subjective improvement of the image quality with a reduction in the background noise and an improvement of the sharpness of the edges of the image. The same here, these are face-sensitive images. Again, going from the left, where there is a standard face-sensitive image, to the right, where you can find the deep learning reconstructed image, there is an improvement of the image with a reduction in the background noise and an improvement of the sharpness of the image. This is another case, a patient with previous myocarditis, an extensive late gallery enhancement of the lateral wall of the left ventricle, and again there is this improvement going from the left to the right, from standard magnitude image to deep learning reconstructed image. But I want to draw your attention on this small late gallery enhancement of the interventricular septum with a intramyocardial pattern that is preserved and even more evident in deep learning reconstructed image. So A-RECON-DL preserves small structures with subtle contrast. This is the same case, but with face-sensitive images. Again, this subtle late gallery enhancement is preserved in deep learning reconstructed image. So, in conclusion, deep learning reconstructed images with A-RECON-DL has a great impact on late gallery enhancement images, especially when a 75% noise reduction is applied. A-RECON-DL on late gallery enhancement images, because it operates on raw MR data, might help reducing exam times with a faster acquisition, and more importantly, A-RECON-DL on late gallery enhancement images might help increasing diagnostic confidence without losing precious information, because as you have seen, small structures with subtle contrast are preserved. Thank you very much for your kind attention.